His theme song, though.
People ask me quite regularly, do you reckon everyone in the wedding industry has ADHD? It's like,
I think they do. I think so.
My son's recently...
Hang on, have we started?
Oh, fuck.
Hang on. Don't waste good. Hang on. So welcome back to the Two Montys Podcast.
welcome.
It's obviously a brand new week. We, starting fresh.
Yep. First beer of the episode.
You guys were wearing those clothes last week.
I know. Shh. They might get mixed up.
Hang on, who was that?
Yeah.
You want to
Who was it?
introduce?
Don't talk until we fucking introduce you. Along with our a string of guests that we've had today.
I'd say we're going for a real step up with this one.
Well, there's fucking nowhere to go but up from the last one. Although there might not be in order. I shouldn't have said that. For anyone who...
Oh, yeah, in case it was Renee.
In case it was Renee, who's delightful. We had Adam from another podcast, Left on Red, I think it's called. Look for that.
No, Left on Red, that's the IPA here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Something else.
Google that. You'll get there eventually. Anyway, now we've got Jesse from Brew Bike.
Welcome, Jesse.
Crowd goes, wow. Fuck.
The crowd is absolutely non-existent.
Welcome aboard,
both
mate.
in person and
Thank you.
online.
So there was a question there that whether...
Yeah, I get asked if everybody in the wedding industry's got ADHD.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't assume.
I think a lot do.
I think a lot.
I've never been diagnosed, but I suspect I'm edging right into it.
Same.
Anyone who is, looking at that, they don't want to get diagnosed. They avoid.
No.
it's avoidance.
I'm a firm
Undiagnosed,
believer in never asking questions you don't want the answer to.
Yeah.
No questions, get no lies.
Yeah. And you're about to launch into a...
Or maybe you don't want to.
No.
I've got instant regret, Pete.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So for those of you, tell people what you do, who you are, what the thing is, mate, if they don't know.
We serve cocktails on tap
Delicious cocktails.
from a bike. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way of explaining it.
I was telling my wife about it, and we went to a music festival years ago, ostensibly a Buschdorf, as we discussed earlier, Subsonic up at wherever the fuck that is. Where's that at? Someone help me out.
Don't know. I'm not the festival goer.
Sydney?
No. It's up near Gloucester. What's the name of that place? Riverwood Downs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Up at
yep.
Riverwood Downs, like a
In the
3-day
bush.
like EDM kind of thing. And one of the camps where a bunch of our people we knew were at had a bike like on a stand.
Jogger just went past, same bloke.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
A bike that was up on a stand, and they'd rigged it up so it had a little platform on the back, and they actually put a blender. So you had to. So if someone got on and like pedaled the fuck out of the bike,
that's fun.
the blender would go, and so because there's no the sides aren't powered, you're just in a paddock.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they were like, yeah, we might everybody bring a bottle, and then someone would have to get on the bike and like pedal the fuck out of it.
That's sick.
And the blender would spin. And she's like, is that the sort of thing? I go, it's fucking weddings, mate. Like they're paying a bloke to come and do the thing. The bloke's not coming and going, oi, best man Billy, come and get on the bike and make everybody martinis, mate. Like,
You would be so surprised how many people think that that's how they work.
oh, for real?
Yeah, I just
Oh,
want
that
to
you're
fucking
pedaling
headbutt
it?
every single one. How
Jesus.
does it work? Is it pedal
Cut
powered?
off,
Fuck
dickhead.
off. Yeah, see ya. Done. You're done.
Yeah. And so
Not
is
the
it
case.
mostly like espresso martinis?
That's what we started off doing.
Yeah.
We do like crowd favorites.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's like margaritas
Yeah.
and French martinis and yeah,
Yeah, good.
Cool.
things like that.
Now you're here because someone, and I can't remember, maybe I should look it up and find out who dobbed you in. Do you know who dobbed you
Benny
in?
from Uptown, the band.
Benny
yeah.
Pittman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so why did he? What does he think that you can tell us? That
I think he's got a lot of stories that
I
he
bet
doesn't want to
he
say.
fucking does.
I think I'm going to dob him in and get him on here.
Yeah.
Because
He'll be in the next run.
Because are you in that band? You're in a band?
yeah, so
Yeah.
I started off doing music and then
Yeah.
COVID hit and then everything just fucked off. So
Yeah.
I
So
was
you
like,
started
what am I
Brew
gonna
Bike
do?
in
yeah,
the
pretty
middle
much.
of- yeah.
Like right before it. So it was sort of like something else that I started.
Yeah.
And then I just lent on that heavily and
Yeah.
here
Yeah,
I am
right.
now. It's sort of more my bread and butter now.
Also, how did you just do Dry July owning Brew Bike? That would have been tough.
Oh, no gigs really.
Oh.
Yeah, I only had a couple at the start and then pretty much nothing, like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the off season
Yeah.
for weddings and that's primarily what we do. So
And it is, I think, not to get heavy, it's a fucking quiet old year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Especially
think
like 2022, 2023, dying off a bit more. And yeah,
this
I
is
reckon that's
very
pretty
quiet.
consistent. I haven't opened it yet, but I've got the
We've
rundown.
had time to make a podcast. That's how quiet it is.
Listen,
Feeling it.
let him finish your fucking sentence, mate.
I don't remember.
Jesus Christ. This is why we can't get good guests.
No, he's talking about Brew Bike. I'm listening. If I don't talk over him, I'll never get one in over you. So
Oh.
What about our previous guest over here?
I
Fucking,
was just about to say fucking elementary toys.
yeah.
What's that? Is that condom practice?
Yeah.
Or cock ring practice?
Is he in the shot in the background? Wonderful. Yeah, so wait, surely, band life, Brew Bike life,
Yeah.
what do you got for us? What's juicy goss
Oh,
that
I
won't...
can't incriminate myself.
I was about to say,
I
which
can't-
won't incriminate you
I
or someone you
can't.
know and love.
Oh, there's been so many things. What the things off the top of my head, and I can't distinguish whether they're brew bike or band stuff.
And that's fine. Oh, we're not big on details here.
all right. Let's just list
the
them
less
off.
the better.
Yeah.
I've seen some hoochie coochie from the bride. Everyone, not just me in particular. That's just for my wife, not just me.
You're a bit lost on that.
Flash from a hoochie coochie at the end of the night.
All right.
All right.
I was there. You weren't. You
Oh,
were
no, I was
looking
like...
around like a stunned fucking mullet.
I'm like, no, my brain is going... What exact, like what, which one of the things I'm thinking is that? Flash the gear at everybody. Wowza.
Yeah. Wowzer.
No undergarments, obviously.
No undergarments.
Hey.
It was just
Good
it
for
was
her.
bizarre.
Just beaver out for the world to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
And pourquoi? Why did she think this was?
oh, got no idea. Alcohol, I guess.
Yeah.
I was not serving Brew Bike that one, just
Yeah.
to validate that for Olga.
Yeah.
Brew Bike.
Yeah.
Certainly no
that's
one was
right.
Turns out
intoxicated
it's
at that one.
It's Bruno. It's not got a seat. It's just got a dildo as the seat. So.
I saw a man strip butt naked down to his socks and shoes and dance on the dance floor once,
Wow.
and came. Yeah, that was
Where'd
when
he
I was
come?
playing a gig. Were you there?
Guilty.
Yeah, no, dancing on the dance floor and everything.
in the just in his shoes and
mid-50s.
socks.
Just in his shoes and socks. Sort of heavy set fella, and it seemed to be a thing
not
that he
me.
does all the time.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm just going to slightly interject, and it was on my list for you and I to talk about, but we're kind of on the subject, and it's one of the things in. Sorry, Renee, it's going to be another thing I don't like.
Something I do.
No. That
Surprise,
happens at weddings. It's along
surprise.
those lines. There's two things: the Eagle Rock thing
Yeah.
and shoeies. Right? I
Yeah.
fucking hate them
Yeah.
both. I hate them both. And the Eagle Rock thing, I just don't know where it came from or why. And then it just happened. That's what made me think of it because
Yeah.
everybody's doing the thing, and then some fucking idiot DJ puts it on.
Yeah.
Sorry to
And
all our
everyone drops
DJ
their
friends who I
dacks.
know have played it while I was there.
Eagle Rock's not as openly accepted in Australia as you would think. Dan, Farm Brothers, just been on a bloody road trip round. He went WA round the top, came back to Rocky. I'm pretty sure it was in Rocky, and one of his schoolmates was there. Eagle Rock at the pub. They got the kid off and
Chucked
just,
out.
not just chucked out, like bashed out the pub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like those.
Well, I mean,
like just about, like it was not a.
In fairness,
They
though,
weren't a fan of it.
I mean,
so,
I don't know that I've ever seen it at the pub. Like I'm talking in wedding land. It seems all the groomsmen and the groom and whatever do it. I mean, at the pub, it's a fucking another level. That's like I'm just looking for an excuse to take my pants off.
like whoever was there wanted to fight him because they were doing the Eagle Rock. Like, I don't know. So maybe,
I don't care for it at all.
Yeah.
I'm going to dob in Benny Pittman again here.
Good. Is he talking loud enough?
Oh,
Because I'm
I can
noisy
do
and
this.
he's noisy and he's being like normal and I don't know if it's loud enough. Oh, right. Yeah. Better turn you the fuck down later.
Gains on one for this Monty.
Don't come in here with your technical talk.
I remember Benny saying that he got an email, a strongly worded email from the bride's mother one day saying, if
This was pre-wedding.
this is pre-wedding, and then I think it could be a different story.
Just
but
mix them together.
No, absolutely say no Eagle Rock. And
Yeah,
if
good.
you dare play Eagle Rock, then we will kick you out of the venue. You are done. But then another time, same one, of course, blend them together. They played Eagle Rock. And the email back from the bride's mum was filthy. Scathing.
Jeez.
Yeah, right.
Bad reviews.
Wow.
Oh, not
You
good.
know, you know what the lesson here is? Shouldn't have invited the fucking mum.
No, the lesson is have some fucking class.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, one, don't play Eagle Rock.
It's a weird thing, isn't it?
But I don't know,
heard
it suddenly happened. And I was
Yeah.
like, the fuck is this?
a Sydney private schoolboys thing, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
colour me fucking surprised. Please.
The teachers teach them how to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. No, jocks too, boys.
Yeah.
And but even Shuey's.
Hang on.
Shuey's shit me. Like,
Yeah.
it's just dumb and gross.
Yeah.
I actually did a wedding on the weekend.
Oh.
And we were saying something and like talking about what was coming up and what, I was doing the reception and someone yelled out Shuey's and I just was like, so everyone, don't be that low class.
Yeah.
Keep your shoes on. Don't drink out of them. A very low class of people does Shuey's.
Yeah.
And then walked away and I was like, I've probably upset heaps of people there, but fuck 'em.
Well, you've upset a few of my brides, I think.
Yeah, but we talked about whatever order this comes out in, but obviously we did our 2 Montys last Friday. Our very first 2 Montys. Sensational couple.
Oh, sorry. There was. Yep. I'm on track.
You back?
Yep.
Brody.
Emma and Brody.
And Brody.
Yeah.
But I remember they did one. He had these brand new, like,
I saw one of his grooms.
beautiful patent leather shoes, brand spanking new, filled it up with beer. And I was just like, oh, don't do that. But lovely bloke, can't fault him.
I saw one of his groomsmen at Westfield on the weekend, and I was like, "Where do I know you? Where do I know you?" Oh,
Was it the bloke we chaired around the room? The bloke he's not Jewish or anything, but for some reason they, like at Jewish weddings where they stick him in the chair and hoist them up over their heads.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere, this poor groomsman was just sitting there and all the other blokes pick him up and start dancing everywhere. I go, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, classic.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, Eagle Rock, Shuey's, don't do them.
Yeah.
Isn't that a tough one going back to where the fuck do I know you from? When someone that you've married and you've been so...
Yeah.
Not that I've done it, but like I've had brides come up to me going like, "You forget me, don't you? You don't know who I am." And I'm going, "Oh,
I haven't fucked, and you're not here to creep me out."
If they can tell me where, like, because I'll be like umming and ahhing, and if they can tell me where, it'll normally I can come back.
Yeah.
That's the kicker. I remember once I was at and I'm sure they're not listening to this, but I was at on holidays with the family at Dubbo Jail. And
what the fuck were you at Dubbo Jail?
Well, because we went to the zoo. We did because it's a Dubbo Jail's like a historical.
Back it up, kids. We're going to Dubbo
Jail.
Jail.
No. It's like old
Fucking had
Sydney.
enough of you.
Yeah, it's like old Sydney town. It's like it's the people dress up and they put on little shows and this, that, and the other. And I saw these people, and I was like, they're a past couple for sure. And because I do selfies with all my couples, I spent like half an hour just scrolling until I found them. And it was like 4 years
That's
previous.
your security blanket, isn't it?
Yeah. And
Take
it was
a
like
selfie.
Good one.
4 years previous. And then I went up to them and was like, Jenny, Bill, how are you? And they're like, oh my God, we can't believe you remember
Get their middle names as well.
Yeah.
Jenny Alexander Phillips.
Yeah.
I remember you.
Yeah. No,
Born
I
on.
recognised them, but I couldn't think of where. So I just scrolled. But it took me ages.
That's good.
Anyway,
it's
it's
a
a dead
tough
air
one.
there. Someone say something.
Oh, I did have a story to lead in there, but I've forgotten. So okay.
And you had the hide to pull me up about the fucking content that I had before. Tell us what you had for lunch, mate. I'll check my list. See what's. Have you got a list?
I do.
Oops. That's the list that came up is a list of things I need to do between now and Wednesday before I leave the country because I've done nothing while my wife has done everything for her and the children and their bags are all packed ready to go and I've got an empty suitcase sitting on the floor. There's
Where
a
are you
number of
going?
items here. Japan and the Philippines.
Nikes.
Yeah. No, there's too many shoes.
Yeah.
Japan and the Philippines
Oh,
for 7 weeks.
You and every other Aussie at the moment.
Well,
going to
we
Japan.
planned it a long time ago.
Yeah,
and then
sure you did.
No. Listen, I work in weddings, mate. I'm not going, let's go on a fucking 7-week holiday next week.
Spontaneous is not in your vocabulary.
2019, I'm going, how many years away can I plan a fucking holiday?
Yeah.
But I know
True,
they are,
I
because every
feel
time I
that.
get on Facebook, I'm in Japan, and the yen is like,
Yeah.
which is great for us.
Absolutely.
I don't understand that. I mean, you
The
get more
exchange-
bang for your
yeah,
buck.
you get more bang for your
That's
buck.
good. Is it
Which is
Oopsies.
unfortunate. Which is unfortunate for the Japanese because they're in a recession and their cost of living is through the fucking roof. But it's great for me.
well,
is it what
tourism.
season? Summer there?
It's going to be so hot.
Uh,
It's Kate looked last week. It was like 32 feels like 41.
oh, nice.
Yeah, which I love the heat, so it'll be great.
Don't be taking a suit
Really
with
good.
you. You should be okay.
What have I got in here? Oh, what about? I mean, and you'd probably get it with the band and stuff too. But I half told you this story the other day. People yelling out in weddings and in like the ceremony and reception, particularly reception in speeches.
Ick.
Which I don't mind. Obviously loud and obnoxious I can handle. And here's the tip: if you're going to yell out at a wedding,
Make it good.
make it good. Like, make it funny. Like, make it relevant. Don't just get drunk and shout shit that makes... So, anyway, I did one the other day. Beautiful speech. We just had some speeches straight away. So, it's 6 o'clock. Old mate's already hammered. So, the whole place is quiet except for this one bloke. Good on you! Good on you! Hey! Just yelling out. And then, at one point, he yells out, and it was kind of in context, and 2 people laughed. And I would never use this phrase outside of this story. I'll be very clear. The mother-in-law was talking about the groom, and old mate goes, "He's a fag," and everyone's just like, "The fuck, mate!" Like, just it was wild, right? And so then and I'm sitting there going, "Why won't somebody say something? Like, why isn't someone sitting next to him going?" Bang.
Isn't there
Shut
someone
up.
in charge here? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, fuck, that's me.
But anyway, well, there's no point 2 of us yelling out.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just leave that bloke on his own. But then, so all the vendors were having their dinner, and someone had obviously chopped him about yelling out homophobic slurs. And so he comes out with a couple of blokes going, "Oh, you guys, I'm so, if I offended anybody, I'm so sorry." This real sincere apology. And he goes, "You, mate, with me, I know you're trying to do anything. I hope you weren't offended." I said, "Oh, I'm not." We had to cut it out last time I said this word. I'll say, what will I say instead? I
Say
said
it anyway and we'll cut it out again.
Yeah.
I wanna hear it.
Just beep it. Just fucking beep it. I said, "I wasn't offended, mate. I thought you'd been hit in the head with a brick." The other vendors went, he's just a fucking idiot. And I was just like, fuck this guy. I'm not putting up with this.
Absolutely.
Like, he was just, and that's what it was. I thought, this bloke's been hit in the head with a brick. Like, he's an idiot. And then he just went on to prove it. Anyway, just beep out the appropriate parts there, will you? Thanks, Lincoln. But yeah, honestly, if you're going to yell out, make it funny. And funny for everybody.
What are you?
No, don't you now? He's going to have to beep it out again.
That's 2 beeps.
Please don't forget to bleep those.
Man, I mean, and this is off topic, and it's like in joke, which I just was about to say don't do when you shout stuff out at weddings. But we had a previous episode where I said something wild, and the gala episode, and everybody kept talking. And if you watch the video, what I said is cut out. But if you watch the YouTube video, it's just me leaning in to look at Lincoln mouthing the words, "Cut that. Cut it out." And I had to message him and I go, I don't even remember what I said. And he goes, "He said, but. I go, "Good job."
Yeah. That's why we got you.
I won't be able to find it now. Did you say we got some colourful comments on some of our Instagram things?
No.
I don't know.
Well, maybe I did, but be more specific.
I can't remember her name, but I'm assuming it was Karen. She said, "Great, just what we need. Another podcast with 2 idiots who think they're funny."
It was on, can I tell you, because I don't have TikTok because I'm an old man and I refuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did go on to it. TikTok's weird too, because if you don't have an account, sometimes it'll let you look at something and sometimes it won't.
Yeah.
But I was on our page just having a look, and I think it was to compare that because we had the video that went berserk.
Yeah.
whether it was something similar on TikTok, and I saw just what we need. Two people who think they're funny with a podcast. I was like, the fuck are you?
I did reply to it.
What did you? What did you reply?
What did you say?
I can't remember exactly. It was something like, just what we need. Another peanut or pelican, one of the two. Thinking that their, voice is valued on our thread or whatever it was. But it's like, literally, you are a peanut, and it says no peanuts. Pelicans or fruit.
No pelicans.
Yeah.
Good
What else?
alliteration,
Come on,
mate.
what else you got? You must have some other juicy goss.
When you were talking before about contraband,
Yeah.
and when you had to announce on the mic about like
Lost and
if anyone's
found.
lost and found
Yeah.
something, there's been multiple occasions where some of the guys I've got working for me will go to the toilet and find a little baggie.
Yeah.
And it's like finders keepers. If you're fucking stupid enough to put it in a spot where they're having a piss and they're just like, whoa, fucking.
Thank you very much.
And so there's been like multiple occasions, either at the end of the night or midway through or whatever. And so when you guys were talking about that, I'm thinking that was probably us. Own up, and we're just like, whoa. Those Brew Bike guys,
I think I told you about this. I was no surprise, pissing the other day at a wedding, and in the cubicle next to me, I could just hear it all happening.
Oh, yeah.
Tap,
Every
tap, tap,
single-
everything. So I just start singing out loud, Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch.
Wait, and they didn't even fuck. They just all laughed and continued going on with it.
Isn't
Giggle
it?
and snort.
I don't think I've been to a single wedding where it hasn't been present.
Oh no, it's just
And
it's just varying
wild.
levels. You either see
Hooroo.
is that him
Hooroo.
leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good riddance
Yeah.
to fucking bad rubbish. Fucking
He's a man child, isn't he?
yeah. Oh,
Hey,
listen,
you
I don't
two-
know. I don't know that we should be throwing stones in that fucking in that arena.
Why, because you too?
Yeah. What?
You too?
Oh, I thought you said you toot. I thought that was back to this other conversation. It's like, how dare you? Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, I know what you were saying. I don't think I have either. It's just varying degrees, whether it's two people or the whole crowd. And you just see
and the
them going-
ones,
I've said before, it's like Noah's Ark. They just going in 2 by 2.
isn't it? And the ones where it's everyone, it's just like, like for someone like me who's got to hold a little bit of,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of RSA.
Yeah.
Again, Olga's always listening.
Yeah.
When it's just like you kind of control everything, and everyone's just fucking like up the top. And
Yeah,
you're just like,
yeah.
just calm down, just pull it in. You're like trying to rein it in,
Yeah.
and everyone's just like,
Yeah. How many drinks have you had tonight?
yeah.
One. Okay, well, drinks aren't the problem.
Yeah. No,
Oh, we gotta go.
No, someone comes up straight as an arrow. How many
Yep.
drinks have you had tonight? 58. I'm
I'm
still
going to register
going
that
fine.
now.
Yeah.
Actually, the next business register name's going to be Bike.
Then I did. I think I'm sure. I don't know.
It's just 4 microwaves.
I don't know whether I've told.
The whole bike is just mirrors.
Yeah.
Sushi train, but it's
No,
hot,
it's like
hot
it's like
plates.
it's a no, yeah, it's a lazy Susan, but it's a war mirror. I don't know whether I told it on the podcast. I know I've told you, but at a venue, I won't even say where, but where they had a barbecue buffet, which sounds terrible, but was actually delicious. And then they
Hang on, I don't think anybody would say barbecue buffet sounds terrible. That sounds fucking great.
Yeah.
Again, fantastic alliteration as well.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, they more people turned up than they had catered. Like they told the caterers were going to be there, and so the caterer was like, "Mate, I'm really sorry. There might not be enough vendor meals to go around because they've got more guests here." And I'm like, "That's fine. I get it. No dramas." And but then they were thick 2 by 2 going into the toilets. And, mate, there were so many steaks left over. I ate so many steaks. There was fucking nobody ate anything, mate.
Oh, win. What a win.
Yeah, oh, mate, such a win. I don't know if I've definitely told this.
Yeah,
but yeah, it wasn't because of that. But I was at what they had an American barbecue van, you know.
Yeah.
And I turned up late, and the guy goes, "Oh, mate, we've got no salads left. There's only brisket. Are you right?" I'm like, "I think we'll be okay, champ."
What do
Just
you
load
call
her up.
yourself? World-class salad dodger.
Yeah, yeah. Load her up, champ. Load her up.
Is a vendor meal something that you guys request?
It's in the contract.
Oh, mine's not in the contract. I
Yeah.
just expect if I'm emceeing, or it's.
What if you're not? Yeah. So like, but you stick around and have a beer or something.
Oh
after
no, but
that?
if I'm not doing the reception, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No. There's no.
Okay.
way.
It's only
Yeah.
real, like, if I'm, even now it doesn't matter, because away gigs, I got the caravan, I got food in it. So if there is no vendor meal, that's okay. I'll sort myself out. But if it's one of those in-between gigs where it's like 4 or 5 hours I've got to drive home that night and it's in the middle of stink and there's no vendor meal,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, fuck yeah. But in saying that, I've never actually had no vendor meal. I've had very shit vendor meals.
Oh yeah.
Frozen veggies and fucking kid snags or something. Like, and they weren't unfrozen. They came out frozen.
Can I just say
Fucking
though, even though
terrible.
he's shitting
Yes.
on kids' snags, the amount of times I've seen a kids' meal come out,
Oh yeah,
and
you're
then
like,
the vendor meal
I
comes
want
out,
that.
and I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
that! I want the fucking
Yeah.
20 nuggets and chips, thanks. Like
Yeah.
that'll do me.
Yeah.
I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
No, generally, and there's especially around here. There's some great, like there'd be a list that when you go to that venue or there's that caterer on,
You know what you're
you're
in
gonna have
for.
the best
Like,
feed of the week.
Yeah,
that
yes.
night.
Yeah.
Like, so
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then you also know ones that you're like,
And we'll tell
Yeah.
you who these caterers are if they
Yeah.
fucking
No,
sponsor us.
yeah.
No, and I'll
outs.
say, and I don't know whether I've said this again. I don't know. There's so many worlds colliding. I don't know what I've said on the podcast and what I've just talked shit in the street to.
Should write a list, mate.
I know, but there's not to say any others aren't as good as this. It's just this is one that stood out, and it was just different. I was at can't even remember the name of the joint now. Squires? No.
Squire's Vineyard.
What's the one next to Peppers?
Oh yeah, not Squires.
Yeah. How well do you
I'm
know
gonna have
your
to look it up
hunter?
now. You just cut this fucking bit out until I find out what the name is. What's it called?
Oh, Peppers Creek.
It's
Hang on.
it's next to
Yeah,
it, and
I
they got
know,
the ceremony sites. on it.
Spices.
Spices,
Spices,
not
guest
Spices.
house, that's the one.
Yeah, hey, axe the Squires part.
Fancy.
Where,
Yeah. That's like chalk
but
and cheese
Spices,
too. Yeah.
I was there, like, doing the MC thing. I was there with Corey from Hunter Valley Video and
I've
Nicole
never
Butler.
MC'd there, yeah.
And I'm sitting there waiting for the dinner to come out, and old mate comes out with like 3 pizza boxes, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What?
And they're like, yeah, didn't you know? Like, they just cook the vendors because they got a wood-fired pizza. Like, they don't go, oh, you can get the leftovers of whatever's here. They make every vendor
Fuck
a
yes.
wood-fired
Fuck
pizza.
yeah.
And I'm like, this is the fucking
That
best
is-
thing that's ever happened.
That
That's
is
so
all.
good.
Yeah. Like that is all I ever want.
Yeah.
Just give me some. Just give me that.
Yeah.
It was
every
so
single
good. And yeah,
time.
like one was pepperoni and one was
Yeah.
this one. Because you're all
Yeah.
sitting together, you go, you
Third,
just flip
third,
them all
third.
open and
Yeah.
go, yeah, but there's one each, one for every vendor.
Well,
Yeah,
any
there's like
sort of DIY wedding where they get into Pizza Guy to do that sort of
Oh,
stuff. That's
so
what they'll
good.
do, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
And it's they look after it because it's a fucking rort, I think. Like when you look at what they're paying, it's like $40 or something for a vendor's meal.
Yeah.
And then you know that what you're getting, like everyone's had canapes, everyone's had an entree, and then they have their main, then they get a dessert, and your fucking vendor meal is just like
3 peas, 2 corns, and a carrot.
yeah.
Well, they're not all like
Got
that.
any
We should be
bread
very clear.
rolls?
Some of our good catering
Yeah.
friends do
That's what I said. Yeah.
excellent meal, but yeah, that happens a lot. And like you said, for the money, it's a bit wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
But anyway,
we need
it
a
won't be
feed.
cake makers.
We need a feed,
it
obviously.
won't be cake makers now. It'll be fucking caterers gunning for us.
No, not us. Cake makers don't hate me.
How much time we got? 2 minutes. I've got one for you.
I love
this.
cake.
This was going to be in one of the episode for you and I, but it's in a similar. It's not vendor meals, but it's what's her name? She messaged me. She's Raquel, who booked me through this podcast. Which
Yeah, we shat on her
spoke
about a name.
No, you shat on her about a name. I certainly fucking did.
I did see her reply too.
No, but she sent us an Uncle Montys DM.
Oh, good.
Which basically said, and I'm trying to find it now. Here she is. She said, I have a question for the podcast. Gifts for the crew, as in vendors, on the wedding day. It seems to be a thing now that people are giving gift boxes to photographers and celebrants, for example.
It's absolutely not a. I don't think it should be a thing.
I agree.
You've just paid fucking tens of thousands of dollars for us to
Fuck yeah.
turn up and do our job.
I'll be honest.
Not essential.
Tens of thousands.
Sorry. Overall.
Yeah. There's a real insight into Harren's fucking fee schedule here.
I mean, all the vendors combined, I think it's... And if you expect a gift, you're an asshole, but...
Yeah, and look, I was going to say...
I love it when they give me one.
I even get hinky, like... So, I did a thing on the weekend. I mean, and we did one on Friday, MC'd, and, and obviously the couple get up and they'll thank all of the vendors, and I'm like, you're fucking paying me. Like, you don't have to thank me.
No,
I didn't just turn up and do it out of the goodness of my heart.
Yep.
I don't need you to say my name in front of all these people. And don't get me wrong, I obviously appreciate it. I think it's a lovely thing to do. But they do it, and I stand there and go like, or I look around like, oh, who's he talking? It makes me uncomfortable because you're paying me to be there.
Absolutely, you don't need to give a gift.
So
if
anyway,
if
Raquel,
you want to do a gift,
no gifts.
Yeah. Right.
Except when I do your wedding, something be nice. I'm kidding.
He likes beer.
Little message on the back of a lettuce leaf. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But, sometimes you might
Little
get a photo in the mail with a handwritten note or something. Great.
I've had some pretty epic ones delivered, like personalized fucking mugs and.
Oh yeah,
like
I've had some.
They've like found stuff. They actually, one of them was really cool. They pulled all the copy from like all the different things that I say. G'day lovers, fucking let's get cracking, all of that shit that I say, and they put it on a mug and like. Made this, and I got like keychains. And
Well, that's cool, but that's post wedding, and that's specifically for you.
But again, and then I've had a beautiful, like on the
Yeah.
day though, they give you a box and it had like aftershave and this and that and all this stuff in it. I'm like I'm super appreciative.
Yeah.
But it's certainly not necessary and not expected. And so Raquel, no. Save your money. You're already paying all the vendors. Don't worry about it.
But if you don't get him,
one of you said he likes beer, and I'm like, I'll drink fucking beers while I'm there. Like that's an added bonus as well.
Also, Raquel, if you don't get him a gift, he's going to shit can you in the next episode.
I'm definitely not Raquel. I know you're listening, so you're sweet.
Oh,
You're the bowl.
All right, that's it. We're done.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks heaps, mate.
Thanks for
Good to chat with us.
Absolutely.
Good to chat with us.
A little.
Thank you.
Duck to the loo, quick, off your pop.
Where's your prostate, mate? God.